Here's a sign we saw at Halloween in Shanghai. In Chinese it reads, "I am at the company longing to celebrate New Year's Eve." And in English it reads, "I blow my job." What is it trying to say? New Year's Eve is the night before the Chinese New Year and marks the beginning of the Chinese lunar calendar. This festival is celebrated with a variety of customs and rituals, such as family reunions, the feast on New Year's Eve, red packets, and fireworks. These traditions symbolize the importance of family, prosperity, and warding off evil spirits to ensure good fortune in the coming year. New Year's Eve is a time for Chinese people to reunite with their loved ones. It's one of the most important and cherished holidays in Chinese culture. However, this year the Chinese Communist authorities announced the cancellation of the Lunar New Year's Eve as a public holiday. One can imagine the public's resentment and anger. The question is, why does it have to be cancelled? A popular theory is that the phonetic pronunciation of New Year's Eve is the same as elimination of Xi, meaning the elimination of party leader Xi Jinping. This sounds outlandish. However, if we look deeper into Xi's way of thinking, we will find that it isn't so far-fetched. On the surface, as the leader of the CCP, Xi Jinping believes in atheism. But the human mind is complex. So what exactly does Xi Jinping believe in? We previously reported this story. On the morning of September 22, 2023, Syrian President Assad, who was in Hangzhou to attend the opening ceremony of the Asian Games, visited Lingyin Temple, a famous Buddhist temple in Hangzhou, with his wife and children. Lingyin Temple made a rare move of rolling out the red carpet and opening the main entrance. There was speculation that Xi Jinping had secretly visited the temple to offer incense on this occasion. The open main gate of Lingyin Temple and the red carpet were actually meant for Xi Jinping. On the afternoon of September 22, 2023, Xi Jinping received Assad at the Westlake State Guest House, 6 kilometers from Lingyin Temple. After this, attention was drawn to a suspected national prayer tablet of the People's Republic of China enshrined in the Lingyin Temple. No one knows when this tablet appeared. The inscription on the tablet reads, "People's well-being, world peace, national foundation, prosperity." Lingyin Temple is the earliest Buddhist temple and one of the top 10 ancient temples in China. The Kangxi and Qianlong emperors had visited this place. On some public occasions, Xi also unintentionally said something that revealed his belief in the divine.
别看你今天闹得欢，小心啊，今后拉清单。 这都得应验的，不要干这种事情。头上3尺有神明，一定要有敬畏之心。
If we look at Xi Jinping's upbringing, it is easy to understand why Xi would make such statements. Xi's father, Xi Jinping, was one of the founding fathers of the CCP, and at the same time had tasted the communist iron fist. The first time was in 1935 when he was almost buried alive during the Purge campaign organized by the CCP. The second time was in 1962 when he was branded as the leader of an anti-party group because of a novel and was punished for 16 years. Xi Jinping's legacy to his sons and daughters includes respect for Buddhism, support for Qigong, and the idea that I am the one who only wishes to help in times of need. When he was in charge of Guangdong province, he did something that made the Buddhist community very moved. He restored the physical mummified body of the 6th patriarch of Zen, Huineng. It had been destroyed during the Cultural Revolution and was enshrined again at the Nanhua Temple. Under his father's influence, Xi Jinping may have developed reverence towards the Buddha and the divine in the depths of his heart. On August 30, 2011, WikiLeaks published a classified telegram from the U.S. Embassy in Beijing to Washington, D.C. on November 16, 2009, codenamed 09 Beijing 3128 and classified as confidential. According to the telegram, the person who provided the first-hand information was a professor, a former close friend of Xi, and a longtime associate of the U.S. Embassy. He shared Xi's family background, upbringing, teenage years, political career, and his impressions and character assessment of Xi. The telegram mentions that the anonymous professor recounted that Xi, at some point early in his career, was a big believer in the supernatural powers of the Buddhists. From their personal encounter, he observed Xi demonstrated a strong interest in Buddhist martial arts, qigong, and other mystical powers for health, as well as the Buddhist holy site of Wutai Mountain. The professor said he wasn't sure if Xi was truly religious or simply looking for a way to boost his physical and mental health. In any case, he was surprised by Xi's familiarity with these topics, and Xi appeared to believe in supernatural powers. Coming back to the present, after March 2023, the outside world was shocked to see that the top echelons of China's rocket force have been taken out by Xi Jinping. We've done a series of reports on this story. Why are the heads of the rocket force suddenly in big trouble? Apart from the obvious signs that the rocket force group is negatively responding to a future war with Taiwan, leaking secrets to the US, etc., it is said to be related to Xi's faith in prophecy. Previously, we introduced the ancient Chinese prophecy, the Iron Plate. Tie Bantu, or the Iron Plate, is a book of prophecies that has been secretly circulating in folklore. The reason why it's called the Iron Plate is because all the prophecies in the book are like nails on an iron plate, solid and precise. In the last picture of the book, there are 5 birds, 4 with black feathers, which have already flown over the mountain pass, while the 5th bird with white feathers has crashed on the halfway point of the mountain on the right side, in a downward trend. The picture is accompanied by a sentence saying, "The bird with white feathers crashed on this side of the mountain and lost its life." It's widely accepted that the 5 birds represent the 5 party leaders of the CCP. The 4 black birds represent Mao Zedong, Deng Xiaoping, Jiang Zemin, and Hu Jintao, while the 5th white bird represents Xi Jinping. Coincidentally, the way the character Xi is written in its traditional form is made of a feather representing a bird on top of the character white. 2 important messages arise from deciphering the painting. First, the white-feathered bird is the last emperor of the Red Dynasty, which means that the CCP will die at the hands of Xi. And second, the white-feathered bird will end up being a martyr for the CCP. Similar to the said prophecy, there was another well-known book of prophecy from the Tang Dynasty called Tui-Bei-Tu. For more than 1,000 years, the prophecies in this book have been verified by history and proved to be quite accurate. Regarding the final outcome of the Chinese Communist Party, in this prophecy there is a picture of an assassin shooting with a bow and arrow. It is accompanied by a poetic explanation, again pointing to the surname Xi. It's likely that Xi Jinping thought that the ancient bow and arrow corresponded to the modern rocket army, so he is extra vigilant about the movements of the rocket army. Under the effect of suspicion, he intensified his guarding efforts. In the end, the heads of the rocket force were either removed or arrested. Here's a media person in the US describing what she learned.
The source revealed that when Xi Jinping was in Fujian, he was told that he would inherit the throne in the future. That is, he would become the head of the CCP. So Xi Jinping had been keeping a low profile at that time, and he asked his family members to keep a very low profile too, no matter whether they held public office or were engaged in business. The most significant thing about this story is that Xi Jinping and the people around him actually believe in this prophecy very much. More than a decade of preparation had been made before Xi Jinping came to power. We witnessed the recent purge of senior military officials of the CCP. It is because, according to the Tui-Bei-Tu, the book of prophecy, there is a picture of a soldier with a bow and arrows on his body, waiting in the Eastern Gate, with a sword as well. These sort of stories are very important because Xi Jinping and his gang believe in this kind of prophecy.
Let's take a look at a video shot by Beijing TV in 1993. At that time, Xi Jinping was a local city leader in Fujian province. Didn't he look quite grounded and modest?
我做的人家不一定爱吃啊。他会做菜。我们是原来啊，这个插队的时候。插队的时候我一个人插队，那全是自己做。但是那会儿做的都比较粗菜，粗茶淡饭。现在反正是乱炒吧。
作为妻子冯源，最让您满意的是什么呢？
一个人呢，最重要的还是要这个保留他的本色。 你这个不管你做什么啊，这个本色很重要。你就是说这个历尽是吧？所有的之后，还是返璞归真的东西。盐搁糖，搁点味精。
The clip also showed Xi and Peng cooking in the kitchen, with Xi reminding his wife, add some salt and sugar. Peng brought the stir-fried dishes to the table and told the reporter which dishes were made by her, which were made by her husband, and which were by her parents, while Xi held the baby on his lap during the meal. Users on Twitter said this old footage had allegedly been completely removed in mainland China. It's now only available outside of China. Not surprisingly, Xi's family is like many other ordinary families in mainland China.
Xi's wife, Peng Liyuan, seems to think her husband is unusual. In a television program in 1999, the host asked Peng if she felt that she had married down. Back then, Peng was a household name as a singer, appearing almost every year at the Chinese New Year Gala on the national TV. But Xi was an unknown name in the massive bureaucracy in China at the time. He didn't have the same name recognition as his wife. Peng replied, "I have been married to him for more than 10 years and am filled with happiness." She described her husband as a man with a successful career, ambitious and very level-headed. At the time, there were two potential successors among the CCP princelings. One was Xi Jinping and the other was Bo Xilai. It is widely believed that the most important reason why Bo lost to Xi in the end was that Bo was too high-profile, flamboyant, and arrogant. At the 18th National Congress in November 2012, Xi Jinping took over as General Secretary of the CCP Central Committee and Chairman of the Central Military Commission. In March of the following year, he took over as President of the state. The vision of someone wise has become a reality. Xi may therefore believe that it was destiny for him to be in charge of Zhongnanhai. Since ancient times, Chinese emperors have attached great importance to the protection of the dragon chakra, believing that it's linked to the destiny of the ruler and the fate of the nation. If the dragon chakra lasts, the emperor will live long and the nation will prosper. It looks like Xi is no exception. The Chinese have regarded the Qingling Mountains in Shanxi province as the home of heavenly and earthly deities since time immemorial. Ancient feng shui masters even regarded Zhongnan Mountain as the dragon chakra, believing it to be the most suitable place for emperors and kings to settle down. The capital city of this province is Xi'an. Many Chinese cultural figures believe that without the blessing of the Qingling dragon chakra, the city of Xi'an, the ancient capital of the 13th dynasty, would not have existed. The fact that the China Central Asia Summit in May this year was chosen to be held in Xi'an shows to a certain extent Xi's imperial thinking. In 2014, someone reported to Xi Jinping that many unauthorized villas had been built on the Qingling Mountains, which had caused great damage to its ecological environment. Xi immediately instructed that these villas should be demolished. The senior officials of Shanxi province at that time had no clue of what was in Xi's mind, so they didn't take the instructions seriously at first and brushed it off. Unexpectedly, Xi Jinping kept a close eye on the seemingly small matter. Since then, as the party leader, he issued the same instructions 6 times from 2014 to 2018. In July 2018, after Xi made his 6th instruction, he even sent a senior official to supervise the operation in person at the site. It was only then that provincial officials reacted and demolished 1,185 unauthorized villas. Many officials of the former Shanxi Provincial Party Committee, including the highest-ranking officials, were removed from their posts and prosecuted. Some were sentenced to death with a 2-year reprieve. Since then, there has been speculation that Xi made this move because he believed that the crux of the problem with the unauthorized villas in the Qingling Mountains was that someone was trying to destroy the dragon's chakra and ruin his cause. In this episode, we have shown the deeper part of Xi Jinping's thoughts, which believe in the divine and Buddha, fate, dragon chakra, and prophecy. In the next episode, we will show the other side of Xi Jinping. Xi's two contradictory and incompatible sides are the root cause of his extreme insecurity and China's turmoil. Stay tuned to our channel.
共产党！共产党！习近平！习近平！